the habit of projecting one's upset has made it uncomfortable for people who are open-hearted and spontaneous to talk about anything. I actually had began wanting to come here to talk about solo-poly life, and then I was like, wait a minute, do I need to use hetero or straight? Can I use romantic orientation? Do I need to use asexual, or what did I, so that's where I'm going to start with, wow. Like, I was ready to make a lot of humor, and now I'm more like, this is really not something I want to do, because people can't talk about anything. And I'm not talking about the kids who are learning. The kids lead by example. And I'm talking about the grown-ups who don't know that their trauma narrative, their charged state narrative, their 3-year-old, because that's how people have been talking. It's been at least 5, if not 10 years that I've been online as an online marketer, and I've just seen these shouting, very annoying voices, very annoying. Finally, I am able to see 5D educators, which I'm very happy. The silverbacks, they're not more annoying than the other ones who are yelling at each other. So at the end of the day, though, people like trending topics, because the same people who are yelling are teenagers. That's what I equate them to. When you are a person who has equanimity, even as a teenager, what this means is, I'm Maria, I have a subjective life experience. I'm a differentiated self. I was 3 and I was a differentiated self, telling my mother, you guys and gals and days know the story, don't spank me, it's my body. And that's because it's my body and she shouldn't have spanked me, but I'm sure she did whatever the spanking was for. I learned, I don't know, I don't remember. I just remember making my suitcase as she told me after she was done. So self-agency is my driver. A 5D mystic, those who are beyond supernatural, while having a relationship with the sphere of consciousness. And today we have a full moon and partial lunar eclipse. So let me just say that as a person who takes seriously supporting people, it's for the people who take seriously being their 3-year-old self as a mature adult who can actually understand we're all differentiated selves, and the groups that have a silverback that allow them to yell self-righteously as they apparently continue with the vengeance of projection of emotions that come from transgenerational trauma, societal trauma, cultural trauma. Yes, a lot of very important topics that we can't converse about because, like I said, it took me like 20 minutes. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not doing any of it because now I'm done even wanting to be in a creative mood. And so I'm not done, actually. I'm just starting, but this is part of what definitely doesn't make me want to engage with any of the people who have a group. Because in the meantime, we have serious business to tend to, meaning countries that apparently can't get it together. I'm a major, my bachelor's and my master's is regarding our lovely systems. Political science is my bachelor's, and my master's is in international relations and diplomacy. And here I'm going to share, when we did this little experiment, one of our classes, we had to do the meeting of the UN. I'll never forget that day. It took us 2 days. We had 2 days. We had an assignment, which meant if we successfully passed it, meaning that we achieved some negotiation, then we were going to get good grades. If we couldn't achieve a negotiation, we were going to fail, all of us. Meantime, in my entire school, there were 20, I don't remember, a small number. We all would talk about how much we wanted peace and love in the world. And I saw with my eyes in this little experiment, I won't even bother sharing it. I just remember what we got taught about why and how important and and how I was like, thought we all wanted peace. I don't think you all want peace. Because when you sat down at the table, none of you actually did peace. We almost failed. My group was the only one who, well, no, it's because we ran out of time. We ran out of time. Otherwise, my one group, we were 4, the 2 countries that had to agree on something. We almost came to a negotiation. Instead, the other 3 groups, we have one who gave a coup d'etat. That was not funny. I was like, what the heck? But, everybody has their own subjective experience of the world. So they brought forth what they thought they should bring forth. Lo and behold, while 4D talks about conspiracies, no, behind the scenes there are people. I'm wondering, do they have a mature 3-year-old, or do they have unresolved trauma or something else that we don't know about that we want to know about? So yeah, we need to get on board. No, not need to, we will, thank goodness, for technology and for regulation and for systems that do and will do due diligence. Because if there's one thing that people are always blinded to, is their own immature ego. Because it's when you can't be aware of your subjective experience and how whatever's behind it, the emotion, by the way, that's the only thing, is a human being beyond supernatural, as I said, 5D mystics. We hear the sciences and the law of manifestation and attraction. It's all energy, like literally stars and physics, not the idea of you need to sacrifice. Yes, don't come to 5D mystic. You'll hear all about how that's a bullshit word, and it's people who don't know how to get out of their limited consciousness and try to figure things out with people who are different than them because they've chosen to be obtuse and basically blind to, no, my group knows what's best, versus let's calm down, be in our equanimous ventral vagal nervous system, use our prefrontal cortex, close that lid instead of being in alert in your anger zone, because alert, the amygdala is enlarged and shouting out at you, but there's no physical threat. There's only people with different opinions. So, again, harnessing your intellect is not only about being able to sit in meditation. It's when you're at the table, which is what was completely disappointing when I said, we're students. They're up there. It's not better. I see, made by the people for the people. How can we help? Let's make conscious people, those who use left and right mode. So that's a side note for what I really wanted to talk about in our last 3 minutes. I saw this thing, and as a woman who's solo-poly, I was like, wow, there's still grown-ups who are teenagers. What the hell? How to have the ability to kiss him like a goddess. So there's all these relationship coaches, and this one just caught my eye because they're teaching steps to kiss a person, a male in this case, so women who are interested in men, monogamous or polyamorous. And I'm like, wow, do they really need to do this? Is that how much you long to be seen like another human being? You want to learn how to kiss another human being like a goddess, like your actual interest, as if this is online and this person has 765,000 followers, okay? So 765,000 people follow a relationship coach and more, and they're interested. So their brain is completely, and their heart, their entire being is interested in that, in something like that. And I'm like, okay, I thought people call themselves intellectually stuff. Where's the intellect? I was a teenager and recognized what douchebags, and I'm sorry, I just see a lot of men. No, they're not men. If they were men, they'd know how to be direct, how to be honest. They'd work on becoming securely attached is what I'm thinking about right now, because I'm 43 and I've met pretty much all people seem to have attachment wounds, insecure, something's going on. Oh, wait a minute, let me remember being a teenager. They broke my heart. They lied and cheated. I'm never going to trust again. So the serious business of those who have trauma, there's good therapists. Then we have the other people who, and they feel basically like they're the only person out there who's carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, and if only I could teach the man to love me or whatever this is. And I'm like, okay, seriously, there are got to be women that like me are like, what the fuck? Why would anybody be interested? Oh, wait a minute, we have different soul age groups. I forgot about that. Yes, Enlightenment soul age group here. The relationship soul age group people, they learn how to love themselves through their relationships. Oh, and I forgot, we all have an attachment system. Just some of us have a securely attached one. And we also have a societal system. It's always here in the brain, the network. But some of us, we don't say, oh, my emotional body regulates based on you because you gave me a thumbs up, thumbs out. No, you can give me whatever you want. What I have is called healthy self-worth. Thank you, Terry Real. I'm not superior, inferior. I feel it right here. And when you're looking at me in any way, shape, or form, independently from who you are, what you are, you're just another person. Let's bring the world together, shall we, with smart people. But if most people are interested in 6 steps to kiss him like a goddess, well, it is what it is, huh? So on that note, I hope you had a good laugh or two and have a great full moon.